Yo, what's up guys? This is my free-to-play money making guide. Now this is a guide that I've been meaning to make for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. A lot of you free-to-players always ask me in my videos if I'm going to make one, so today's the day that I finally have gotten around to doing it. I figured it was time to show some love to my free-to-play players, and in this guide I'm just going to show you the best methods that you can use to make money in free-to-play, and then eventually buy a bond for membership. So yeah, let's get into it. We're going to start off with a very simple method, and that is killing guards. Killing guards will make you between 400k and 500k GP per hour, and on top of this you'll also be getting around 20,000 combat experience per hour as well. Now the skills required at the bottom, I put 50 combat. This isn't really required, but it is recommended, because if you're going to do this method effectively, then you have to kill the guards at quite a quick rate. So you can even do this if you're like 45 combat or 40 combat, but just bear in mind that you may not get the same amount of money than if you were a higher level. The place that I recommend that you go kill these guards is in Varrock. So just run to the very northern middle point of Varrock, and then outside the castle you'll see a bunch of guards. These are the ones that I recommend killing. Now these guards can drop a variety of things. They drop a bunch of seeds, runes, arrows, bolts. However, the main thing that you want to look out for and pick up the most are grapes. These guards drop grapes in bunches of 3, and they're very common. And each grape is worth around 2.7 to 2.8k at the moment, and every time you actually get them as a drop you'll be earning 8.4k. So yeah, as you can tell, that's all you have to do. Just keep killing the guards whenever they respawn and just pick up the grapes that they drop. And then finally, once you have a full inventory of grapes, just run to the bank and then run back here and start doing it all over again. Moving on to the next method, and that is drinking wine. Now doing this will earn you between 300k and 400k GP per hour, and you will not gain any XP per doing this, and there are no skills required in order to do this as well. Now just drinking wine may sound like a weird way to make money, but it's actually really effective and pretty much AFK. In order to do this, buy a bunch of jugs of wine from the Grand Exchange. Also remember not to get this confused with the wine of Zamora. This is not the wine of Zamora, it's just called jug of wine in game. So make sure you don't get those two confused, because one is like 7k and the other is like 70 GP. So you want to be buying the one that's 70 GP, just search jug of wine in the Grand Exchange. And then fill up your inventory with them, and if you want to make this quicker, I suggest making a bank preset. In order to make a bank preset, just follow what I'm doing on screen. And if you're still confused and don't know how to make a bank preset, I've linked my bank preset video in the description, so go check that out if you're still confused about making it. But anyway, after you've done that, you want to drag one of the jug of wines onto your action bar, and then you want to assign whatever the spot the jug is on to something that you can easily press. So for this example, I binded it to E, and then all you have to do is hold down the button that you assigned it to. So for this example, like I said, I used E. All I was doing was holding down E, and it was drinking the wines automatically. And then once that's finished, just bank all the empty jugs and drink the wine again. And then finally, once you're done, you can just sell the jugs back to the Grand Exchange for your profit. Gonna be moving on to a couple of big money makers now. The first one that I'm gonna show you is mining runite ore. Now this can earn you anywhere from 1.2 mil to 1.3 mil an hour, and in doing so you'll earn 15k mining XP an hour as well. And in order to do this you need 85 mining and 45 dungeoneering. Yes, I know 85 mining is quite hard to achieve as a free-to-player, but nonetheless this is still a free-to-play money making method. So what you want to do is you want to head down to the mining guild in the southwest corner of Falador, then just head into the resource dungeon that's right next to the entrance. In this resource dungeon there is 3 runite rocks that you can mine from. There's one to the west, one to the east, and one to the south. What you want to do is you just want to mine all the ores on one world, and then you want to just swap to another world and mine the ores there as well. And you just want to keep doing that. It's not efficient to just wait on one world and just wait for the ores to respawn. If you want to earn the GP per hour that I mentioned before, then you are going to have to switch worlds. Also bear in mind that when you're doing this method, a lot of people do this, so you may find when you're switching worlds that the ore is not there. That just means that someone's already beaten you to it in that world, so you may have to be lucky when you're switching worlds. Moving on to the next one, and this is quite similar to the last one. Instead of mining runite ore, we're going to be superheating it instead. Doing this will earn you anywhere from 800k to 1 mil per hour, and you are going to be getting a lot of XP from doing this. You're going to be getting 130k magic XP and 120k smithing XP. However, in order to do this, you do need 85 smithing, 43 magic, and 35 dungeoneering. So there are quite a few requirements there, but I mean, the smithing XP alone is just insane. Smithing is considered to be one of the more expensive skills in Runescape, so if you can train that up quite considerably whilst making money, then it's just a huge win-win for you. So what are you going to need in order to do this? Well, since we're going to be making rune bars, we need 1 runite ore and 8 pieces of coal in order to make a rune bar. So that being said, you're going to need a lot of coal. Now I know a lot of you may not have a lot of money, which is why you're obviously watching this guide. So my best recommendation to you is just buy the supplies as you go along. Just buy as much as you can, and then once you have all the rune bars, just sell those back to the GE, and then buy all the raw supplies again. Now not only do we need runite ore and coal, but we also need nature runes and a fire staff. And you also need a coal bag as well, which you can get as a dungeoneering reward. So once you've bought all your items, equip your fire staff and set out your inventory like this. You need 11 nature runes, your coal bag, 11 runite ore, and 7 coal in your inventory. Once you've made that, you want to make that into a bank preset. So just follow what I'm doing on screen. You definitely do need to make a bank preset for this method. It just makes everything so much easier and so much faster. So make sure you set that up. And once again, like I said before for a previous method, if you don't know how to make a bank preset, I've linked my how to make a bank preset video in the description. After you've done that, make sure your superheat item spell is on your ability bar and assign that to a key that you can press easily. And before you start, make sure your coal bag is filled up, and if you don't know how to fill it up, just open your bank and then right click on your coal bag and click fill, and then just start superheating the runite ore. And then once you've made all the ores into bars, open up your bank, fill up your coal bag, and then just press either 1 or 2, whichever one you assigned it to in your bank preset, and then everything will start all over again. The main tip I can give here is just make sure that you fill up your coal bag. I remember doing this a while ago and I just kept forgetting to fill up my coal bag. So yeah, just do that. Just remember it's very important, otherwise you won't be able to do this. And as you can see, this method is very click intensive. However, in my opinion, this is very worth it, especially if you have the skills to do so. Moving on to a less skill reliant method, and that is mining iron ore. Doing this, you'll earn anywhere between 250k to 300k an hour, and you'll also be getting 20k to 35k XP an hour, obviously depending on what your mining level is. In order to do this, you need 15 mining and 15 dungeoneering. All you gotta do is head down to the northeastern side of Falador, and then go down these stairs in this house, and then if you run to where I'm running now, there will be 3 iron ore rocks right next to each other. Just mine the iron ore until your inventory is full, and then go into the resource dungeon and deposit them in the deposit box that's right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much to that method. It's pretty simple, just mine ore and then deposit them, and then you should be good to go. Got another simple one here for you, and this is making headless arrows. This can earn you anywhere between 400k and 500k GP per hour, and you'll also gain around 35k fletching XP per hour as well. And there are no skills required in order to do this. So what you want to do is you want to buy a bunch of arrow shafts and feathers from the Grand Exchange, click on the arrow shaft and it will tell you to add a feather to it. Then all you have to do is either press space or just click add feather. And that's it. I can't really explain anything more about this method. It's really simple. And to be honest, it does get you through the first few AIDS levels of fletching. I remember training the first few levels of fletching on my Iron Man like a month ago. They just took so long. So if you're looking to train up your fletching as well as make some money, then this is the method for you. Moving on to our last couple of methods, and these couple of methods earn you over a mil per hour. So let's look at our first one, and this is collecting Wine of Zamorax. This can earn you anywhere between 1.2 mil and 1.3 mil, and you should get around 5k magic XP per hour, and the only skill that is required is 33 magic. So in order to do this, you need a Staff of Air, and you also need some lore runes in your inventory. Once you have that, run out the northern exit of Falador, and then just carry on running north until you see where I am, and then just run into this little church or temple. Then you just want to stand where I'm standing and just use the telekinetic grab spell on the Wine of Zamorak that appears on the table. After you use the spell on the Wine of Zamorak, then all these Zamorakian mages will just start attacking you. There's not much you can really do to try and prevent this. You can try and use the Protect from Magic prayer spell if you have that, and that will block a considerable amount of the damage. And then when you run out of prayer points, there's an altar at the back of the church, or you can just try and wear the best range gear that you can because magic is weak against range. Also, if you're a lower level, you might want to bring some food here because they do hit quite hard if you are a low level. And then yeah, that's basically it. Whenever a Wine of Zamorak appears on the table, just use your spell again, and then just go and bank when your inventory is full, and then just come back here. The final method that I'm going to be showing you is harvesting cursed energies. This can earn you anywhere from 1.3 mil to 1.5 mil an hour, and you'll also be getting 10k divination XP per hour as well. However, bear in mind, since you are a free-to-play player, once you hit level 5, you will not be getting any more divination XP. And also, you do not need any skills at all in order to do this. So in order to do this, you want to bank everything, and then you want to run your naked ass into the wilderness, and then run to the wilderness volcano. Here you will see all these cursed wisps around. All you have to do is click on them and then harvest all the cursed energy that they have. And you just want to keep harvesting them until you have a full inventory. Then once you have a full inventory, you want to go to the energy rift in the middle and then just convert them all to energy. As you can see here, there are a couple of players doing this with me as well. However, do bear in mind that since this is in the wilderness, you can get PK'd. So if I were you, I'd bring a teleport with you and maybe even a couple of pieces of food as well if you're that scared. And also, I recommend banking frequently as well. Don't just stay there with like 10k cursed energy in your inventory, because anyone at any time could just turn on you and just start attacking you. So yeah, I'd recommend banking every like 1k or so energies. Just make sure that you have the Wilderness Volcano Lodestone unlocked, and then you should be able to get back here pretty easily. Also, one last thing, you cannot sell these cursed energies on the Grand Exchange. You're going to have to sell these to other players. So what I recommend to do is go on the forums, and I'm going to leave a link to the forum page in the description. In there you can just find people that are buying cursed energies. I think they go for around 450 at the moment. So yeah, check that forum page out and see which person is offering you the best price, and then meet them in game and sell it to them. And that is pretty much it. That is the end of my free-to-play money making guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope this helps you. If you want to see any videos in particular from me in the future, please leave a comment. And as always, thank you for watching, subscribe if you're new, and peace!